project charter and cost benefit analysis. Let's move on. So the aforementioned, which is cost benefit analysis and the project management, are just summarized here. These are actually the what how you determine the benefit of the project for them, the cost and everything that is needed. You understand? Because that reminds me, it is not everything that is monetary value for your employer. You understand? Sometimes they might want to make their customer happy. So that is where we have intangible cost. You understand? We have tangible cost, which is the money. They want to earn more money. They want to move from where they are to where they are going. And we have the intangible cost where they have, customer satisfactions. They want to see how they can retain the client and the likes. So depending on different roles you want to play, all these things can play in one way or the other. Let's move on. So yes, if you are going on IT, we have to listen to learn. These days, it has been discovered that we actually when one person is talking, another person wants to talk, rather than we listen to ourselves, to learn. If you are going on your IT, it is important to maintain effective communication. If there is a particular task that you are given that you can't execute, speak up. You will not die. Like, speak up. My boss used to tell me that I don't know is not a weakness. It in fact shows that you have the strength. They give a particular task that is new to you. Just tell them, how do you go about this? If they ask you to figure it out, then go to YouTube. Use prompt engine like ChatGPT, Bard, and the likes. Get one or two things to keep you going. Then you ask questions. You understand? Then you listen. Maybe the process by which they are now giving you feedback. You don't want to show them that you've prompt search engine or you've watched YouTube or you've used ChatGPT. Then as they are talking to you, are talking. You listen. It is when they request for your feedback that you now contribute. Same thing. Meeting with stakeholders and understand what they want to achieve. We said that that is, you meet with stakeholders, they give you the work you want to do and the likes, and then if all these you are able to put them into balance, why not? You are going to be successful in your activities. So that is it. So let's move on. So 3 minutes to go. Just in summary, on your IT, if you are going for your internship, you are going for your industrial training, or whatever name it is called, that where you want to achieve your goals with the internship, you have to have your goals, you have to know your company goals, and you have to know the goals for which you want to achieve at the end of the day, which is the deliverables for your company, for you. And we have 2 more minutes to go. So this is where I'll call it a day. This is where I'll call it a day. This is where I'll call it a day. So before leaving, I would like to ask, do you achieve any point from the discussion? Any achievements? I can't hear anything. Do you have any question for me? I need to get a question before I take my leave, because that is how I can have my own measurement of success criteria to know if I delivered and have benefits. So let's go. Mm. Okay, how was I able to cope? I actually, my internship, my IT place was a physical role, and my side gig, which is the PM role I play, was a remote role. Do you understand? So when I resume to office, I jump on a stand up in the morning to attend to the developers, designers, and whoever I'm working with. After that, I note all the complaints they have and everything. You understand? So during the break, I at work, I quickly work on the challenges for that day and solve it for the designers and developers and communicate it to them. So by the end of the day, I will revisit those tasks and speak with individual designers. If I'm working with one or two, I'll speak with them separately. If they are working on different designs, if it is developers, no, we have backend, we have front end, we have mobile, then I'll call each one, and you understand. But the thing is, I was able to survive with that because it is a combination of physical role and another one is combination of remote. Understand? So I'm not here to motivate. It's not easy to manage time if you are doing two hybrid. It means you have to communicate at where you are going, like one company. to see how you can leverage on another. You understand? So
Yes.
that is
What's
where
his spoken
communication
word
comes
guy?
into. So you understand.
Is
So
not here though.
is that clear?
What's his name?
Yeah. So thank you very much for having me. And
Jingle.
my time is up.
Jingle.
Thank you.
Please can we celebrate him more and more and more and more and more.
If you say that they are celebrating like that, will you be happy? Please, can you celebrate him? Thank you so much for that. That was so in depth and explosive. So very quickly, we still want to ask: do any other person have a question? I know it's not easy to just come here and don't act as if you understand everything. We are all here to learn, right? So don't don't assume that okay everybody. Please, do anyone have any question?
You
I'm
have
just going to
question,
be
we
picking.
ask you question.
I'm going to be picking just 2 or 3 questions. So if you have a question, just signify. Okay, we have one. Another
Two more
person.
slots to go. Number two.
Okay, two. What's up, my ladies? Now, I
What's
will.
going on here? It's only yeah.
My ladies, why are we not asking questions? No need to be shy. Nobody's going to
Maybe the
put you
third
up.
person. That's the third person.
Okay, we have 3 persons. So
But we
very
still have one
quickly.
space for a female.
Mm,
One more space for
so
a female.
maximize your chance.
What's going on here? Any female?
Okay, we'll call it a wrap.
Let's
So
start with you,
one,
sir.
one right, very quickly.
Thank you so much for the word. And what I want to ask is, going to some places for your IT, you meet different kind of people, even if it's the manager or whosoever the person might be, or the people your colleague, the people you are working with. So now there are some challenges that might come up, maybe due to the execution of a kind of project or also whatever they are going to do. So like, how are you able to overcome? Because I know there are some challenges, and if you don't mind, we would like to know some of the challenges and how you were able to overcome them. And then when we come across some of those kind of problem or those kind of people, due to one way or the other, they carrying out their activity, the activity of the days and everything like that. Then coming across some of those challenges, how can we, navigate throughout those kind of problems? Where
Okay,
you
we'll be
have
taking.
issue with some people, maybe you are trying to bring up something and they are opposing you, or some of those challenges.
All right, thank you so much. We'll be taking the second question. So we just
Okay. My question is, let's say you are being accepted in an organization for internship, and
we can't hear you, sir.
Is it okay if you decide to approach the organization to ask them about their boundaries, their rules of engagement, their code of conduct, and all of that, so that you will not step into those, because you are it is not correct that you assume that things just work the way you think they are, because when you start working with people you begin to notice some things. So is it okay? Because some people, I don't know if they will tell you. That is why I'm asking.
All right, thank you so much. The third person, very quickly, please. You just have 1 minute to ask.
All right, thank you so much. I have a different question from what they've been talking about. You
Okay.
mentioned your remote role, like it was a combination of you being physical somewhere and remotely somewhere. So I have a question on your PM role precisely. What do you do as a PM? Like, what's a PM to a layman? For your explanation, how would you tell PM to someone like me that don't know PM?
All right, thank you so much. So I'm going to be repeating, or should I take one at a time? Okay, because we have like very few minutes to answer. The first one here is, what are your challenges and how will you be able to overcome them?
Okay. What are my challenges? Well, one, human challenges, like one of them is, the communication aspects. You understand? Like I said, you have different roles that you'll be given at the same time. So you will not be told like maybe to work on this. You understand? It's maybe at a later point that they'll not tell you that okay, you just focus on the design, you
Mm,
come and critiques on the design,
yeah.
then you guys should package it and present it together. You understand? So the first set of challenge we meet is having to speak with people. Different individuals have different character. How you are going to speak with person A is going to be different and you are going to speak with person B. On your first row, it might happen that the way you speak first to the first person, you might not like it, and the person might decide to keep it to himself. maybe it is at later point that you have a good relation, then I tell you that so day you did this and this. You understand? So there will be human clash. Two, the like I work in the architectural firm, right? Another challenge is the urban planners. I deals with them majorly after I left office. I was told that I would be leaving office to interface with the urban planners of different zones. And I told you there were these competitions, unnecessary competitions of urban planners and architecture. I don't know this thing, you understand?
Alright.
So in that aspect, you face the challenge. It happens everywhere. When you get into the field, you will discover that maybe one department feel they are superior to another department. Um, when they see that you have this communication, they'll push you to that department. So I have to interface, you understand, moving from different sub regions of urban planning units in Lagos, you understand? Understand? So that one too is there. Another challenge is pay. Like I said, budget. I particularly was not paid. And if even I was paid that much, I won't say it is not tangible. Sure, you understand? But because I work remotely, I was able to use my remote funding to support the other process. Although in a situation whereby I go out, sometimes I'm funded. Like I've spent my money, they'll just ask me what. Most times I don't used to even have the memory of what I spend. I'll just tell them, see, it should be from this place to this place. Shall pay the, you understand,
Okay.
transportation and the likes.
Alright.
So that is it.
Thank you
So you
so
meet
much.
different
So the
challenges.
second question, I hope that question has been answered. So the second question is, how do you approach your organization and ask them about the rules regulation? Is it okay, or do you just wait and observe?
Okay. It actually comes in different, uh, I think 2 or 3 different ways.
Okay.
Do you apply to the company? If you had applied to the company and you were shortlisted, one place you have an opportunity to ask your questions, because you call for interview. The interviewer will interview you, ask you your roles and responsibility. You also have an option to ask you know the interviewer a question, one or two things. One key question